Okay, we're live. Hey, oh my god, I'm so nervous. We're gonna start with the retrospective on what happened this year with Love Live School Idol Festival. Why did you install School Idol Festival? Who did you pick as a starter? What made you keep playing after you installed it?
Around at the end of season 1 of the anime, which I did watch, but I wasn't too interested in the actual series. It was just another like slice of life kind of show for me. But then I stumbled upon School Idol Festival on the Japanese App Store. I figured, why not? I watched the anime, maybe it would pique my interest. I really can't say it did pique my interest at first. Way back when JP didn't have the hat experience, it was a hassle to like get levels and unlock new songs. I only had access to the 4 songs that you had at the beginning, which was like Bokura no Live, Yuja no Change, Snowhalation, and Baby Maybe. I kind of got bored just playing those 4 songs. I wasn't really interested in the series until season 2 of the anime aired, and after which, the series really touched my heart in a special way. I mean, I'm sure it has for many of you as well. Then I decided to check back on the app, and it was around this time that the English version actually came out. So instead of seeming like an amateur on the Japanese version, I installed the English version. I believe it was May of 2014 when it was first released in English. That's when I started, around June before the first Katori event.
It was very early.
Yeah. I started before the first event, which was delayed if anyone who actually started at that time, I'm pretty sure they remember this as well, why I continued to play the game. Rhythm games weren't really my interest, but for whatever reason, I just felt it was kind of fun. I wasn't good at it, but it was fun in its own way. I suppose a few events later, and then I believe the initial Umi card was released. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get that. This goes back to like, I believe one of your questions, who I picked as my starter, and it was Umi. That much has not changed.
So your favorite is Umi, and you picked her as a starter?
Yeah,
wow.
I really like Umi.
I'm surprised. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
I technically named myself after her.
It's your name, but still, you keep talking about rice and stuff, so I thought it was an IO.
Essentially, why I like Umi a lot is she reminds me of myself in a way in my group of friends, where a lot of my friends are jokers. They like to slack off and whatnot, and I kind of take the role of Umi in that particular situation, where like, oh, you guys should like get to work. You should do this. I'm kind of the nag. I'm trying to keep things in order, so I can really relate to that. But the reason I like Hanayo so much, who's like second for me, let's make this clear. Second, she kind of reminds me of myself in high school, where I really didn't have too much confidence to actually do anything. I suppose I did have like a friend who, like, I guess in this analogy would be Rin, who would kind of encourage me to like pursue greater endeavors and whatnot. I guess Hanayo really reminds me of kind of the old me, but I suppose these days I'm more of an Umi. So that's probably like my story. And I'll wrap it up with, I guess the reason I like still play to this day is start with the whaling. I wanted the Umi card, the initial Umi, and probability, at least theoretically, said there's only 3 URs in the game right now. So if I got one of them, that's like a 33% chance it would be Umi. What a silly misconception. That's what I learned of a thing called a desire sensor, and that the thing that you actually want, you will never get. After wailing a whole lot and getting nothing but Hanayo's and Nico's, I felt invested, so I continued playing.
Cool, thank you. So do you want to share your story next?
Basically, I was starting to play rhythm games on iOS. I guess I was playing Citus at the moment, and I was looking for another rhythm game. And I saw on my Twitter some guys playing and saying, oh hey, this new idol game is fun and stuff. So I just picked the game up and started playing. If I remember well, I chose Maki as a starter. I chose Maki. Yeah, and I don't really like Maki in the end, but she was just cute, I guess, something like that. And I started playing. It was around June, if I remember. So I was playing the first Kotori event that I missed. I was missing, if I remember,
a few points.
3,000 points, something like that. So I was really mad in the end because I succeeded in all the other events except this one. Still at this day it's kind of sad. Yeah, and I continue playing even to this day. I'm not really aware or something like that. The only event I really played, and I have like two, it was an IO one where she was in a sailor suit.
Yeah, the sailor suit.
And then the Rice Goddess Anayo, and I guess that's pretty much it.
You got only one SR.
Yeah, only one, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm not really a huge player, but I mean, I really like rhythm games, so that's basically why I continue playing, even if I'm a little mad with K-Map sometimes, because as a software developer, I think that they're really up to the game in terms of maintaining a game. I don't know, but yeah, I still like the game. That's pretty much my story. I don't have anything really interesting to say.
Yeah, it is. It's still interesting.
Yeah, if I were to say something more, is that we met through the game in September. We met through Facebook through something really stupid.
He had the alpaca as his cover picture on Facebook, and I said, "Oh my God, you play the game!
Yeah,
I need a place to stay." So I called you because we knew each other through the game, and that's how we got closer.
That's something like that.
We met through the game.
At first, I was saying, yeah, I'm playing, but I don't want to play with anyone else because no.
Because it's lame.
Yeah, and she was telling her friend that it's very cool, come play with me. First I was like, no, don't tell anyone, don't tell anyone. Maybe I was ashamed. No, I should not, but that's the most interesting story I have to say about me playing the game, I guess. Maybe you can tell your story.
Okay. The story's kind of lame, actually. I always liked rhythm games. I saw an ad on Facebook for this game, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. So I installed it on my phone, and I played a few songs, and I was like, oh my god, this is so hard. And I just stopped playing for like 2 months, and then I reopened the app, and I started playing seriously, like taking care of my LPs and things like that. I really got into the game and started searching for communities. I started in IRC, then I joined the Reddit. I guess that's the reason why I kept playing, because I had people to talk to. Oh yeah, my starter was Ellie, because I didn't know anything about the characters at that time, and I like blonde girls, so I just picked Ellie without really knowing her personality or anything. My favorite ended up being Hanayo, but I still like Ellie, no problem. I like all the girls. I guess the reason why I keep playing today is mostly because of school Idol Tomodachi, because I really love you guys. I really love when we talk together on Twitter, on the comments and stuff like that. It really makes me want to get involved in the community, and I don't know if I would still be playing without that community, because for me, it's really all about the people around it. And I guess that's also the reason why we're doing this stream right now, is to get to know you better and you to know us better. Where are we from? There's a question right now. I'm from San Francisco. I'm actually traveling in Europe right now.
As about myself, I'm from France, currently in France, and I'll be moving to Cambridge the following...
In the UK.
Yeah, in the UK in the following months.
In the US.
For internship, and that's pretty much it. I move around a lot.
I'm from beautiful British Columbia in Canada. I believe like Erin, who couldn't join us today, is from Alberta, which is also in Canada. Oh. So a shout out to all my Canadians out there.
Yeah, she was supposed to join us today, but she couldn't, unfortunately. She still gave us an account to give away, so that's really nice. Thank you, Erin, if you watch that later.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so before we start talking about why we created School Idol Tomodachi, we are going to give away a few things today. So the giveaways are going to be accounts with URs and a bunch of SRs. We have one Umi, one Hanayo, we have one Ellie, and Nico. Community artists said they're going to draw something for you if you're the winner. You just tell them either your favorite character or you give them a reference image, and they're going to draw something for you. We also have a Nozomi keychain that we're going to give away, and I got the little panel with Hanayo. Okay, so moving on, we're gonna talk a bit about why we created School Idol Tomodachi and what happened since then.
We created it because spreadsheets are complicated, and that's pretty much first thing about it. Yeah, because at first we were playing and she was maintaining a spreadsheet. Maybe most of you have done this before, where you just use a spreadsheet like Google or something like that, and you just keep your idol list up to date. In this one, and it was pretty difficult because you have too much idol and it's just...
And you also have to track the ends, and it's easy to remember 9 names, but I didn't know all the end names, so I had to put the pictures and stuff in my spreadsheet to know which cards I had, and at some point I just gave up, and I just got all this data, and I did a really small website so I could just click on the card and add it to my collection, and then see my collection so I could keep a track of what I should do. Like, should I put her in my team? Should I wait? Do I have her idolized or not? I was working on that when I had my first website done. That was really just for me at first. I decided to post on Reddit and say, hey guys, I like tracking stuff, like, you know, my animal list and things like that. So if you also like tracking stuff, go ahead, you can use it. I really expected just a bunch of like very advanced players to join, like maybe 20, like 25, but not much. But on the same day, we got like 500 users. That was pretty crazy. I was like, oh my god, there's a lot of people that play this game, a lot more than I expected. Yeah, that got me the motivation to do a little bit more. I started asking people, mostly on Reddit, what else do you want that could be useful for you in the game? That's how it became kind of crazy. We got a lot more users. Like we have a proper community right now where people know each other and they talk to each other, they discuss on the cards, they discuss on the events, they wait for the next event, what's going to be next in terms of viewers. Yeah, a lot of people talk and it's really nice. In terms of things that happened,
growing a site is really difficult.
it is.
If it's only for you, it's kind of fun because it's a website for one person. Then you got several thousand users, and that's when things go a little mad.
Not really good with system administration.
Yeah.
When a lot of people use your website, your server has to be able to handle that, and we didn't know how to do that at first. It took us a while to figure that out.
I mean, it's not difficult, but if we are on a budget for the servers, it can be hard. That's pretty technical stuff, and it's maybe a little boring. So
One big event was the Kickstarter, because we needed funds to keep going, because none of us have incomes right now, because he's a student and I'm an entrepreneur, so I don't really pay myself since I have my own company. We set up a Kickstarter and asked people to help us. We asked for like $500. In 4 hours, you guys gave us everything we needed. So that was really awesome. And at the end of the Kickstarter, we had 5 times what we asked for, so $2,500 total. So yeah, you guys are awesome. Yeah, the server is still going, and we still have a few funds left, so that's pretty cool.
That's some months left, but I think that it is okay.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, to all the people who helped us do our Kickstarter, and also to all our donators who helped us play around. Yeah, you're the best. Then another event, someone asked what happened when we had to disable the images on the site.
Yeah. Basically, we received a DMCA from K-Lab. K-Lab was saying the email was basically something like
DMCA and the name of our website, and that's it.
DMCA. Okay.
So we didn't know what was wrong at all. That was kind of scary when it happened, but it's okay. If there's a problem, you don't want to have to pay a lot of money for lawyers and stuff, just close everything, then start talking. So I just disabled all the images. I didn't tell you anything because I didn't want you guys to say, oh no. I didn't want anybody to panic, so I just disabled the images. It took them a week to reply to my email, so I was like, maybe they can't read English, so I have to find someone who can speak Japanese to have a conversation with them. Indeed, they could speak English perfectly, so it wasn't a problem. We asked what exactly we should remove in the website. They said, it's just that we don't want you to give away actual products with our name on it. So the t-shirts and the keychains that we were giving away to our donators. It was fan arts, but on the website we didn't really say clearly that it was fan arts. Caleb actually told us that it's alright to run our website, so I guess we have a long way to go now that we talked to Caleb for real.
They were fine with us doing basically their promotion.
Alright, we really like that the community has a lot of artists that are very skilled. They can do really nice drawings. So we asked us, hey, we want to show your work on the stream.
There we go.
Here we go! The first drawing right here is like really, really cute, and it says happy anniversary. This one is really, really cute, and thank you so much for drawing it for us. It's made by Rue Mine or Rue Mine. I'm not sure about how to pronounce that name. This one has been done by Alphen. It's not colored, but it's hilarious. It's an alpaca, and it's the orange Anayo, and they have a happy birthday banner right here. It's like it's awesome. This one's really awesome. Yeah. Do you like it, guys? The next one is by, sorry if I have a hard time pronouncing your names, but Mo-chat? Yeah, something like that. And it's a really cute Rin with her furry costume.
It's the event one from last October. I really like this one.
I like all of them actually. Potato Sama, who submitted 3 drawings, and this one is a very cute Chinese dress Nozomi. And finally, we have Angel Sugar, who submitted a ring. Really cute. The picture is not really good quality, so I hope you can see it.
Yeah, there's some shadows, but the artwork is cute, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's really, really cute. Very nice drawing.
Okay.
So thank you guys for submitting those drawings.
And we will give all of that at the end, maybe on our Twitter or something like that.
Yeah, we'll share the full gallery of drawings. I think we're going to do a giveaway right now, and then we're going to keep going with our boring story.
Do that.
Is it boring? Is it okay?
So far, 25 people.
Whoa,
so
that's a lot.
What is the first prize being given away?
We're going to do one custom drawing and 1 account right now. So the first one is going to be by Aradicalia on Reddit. They can draw a small chibi character for you.
Alright, using trustyrandom.org for true randomness, I've chosen Axadius.
Congratulations.
The next giveaway is going to be an account. Maybe I think we can do the one from Erin.
Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
Erin gave us the account she uses to test because she got a UR yesterday or the day before.
So yeah, this account is the Nico fairy one.
Do you like Nico?
Is the last one, the fairy one, from the
the fairy one, the very last one.
I think this collection is really cute.
It's
I mean, the quality I think has been going a little down. It's been really not that much beautiful, but yeah, the last collection is really great. So yeah, it's an account with this Nico.
And it's Erin who's giving it away.
I'm not really a Nico person, but I must admit that this card is just too cute.
It's awesome. This card is so beautiful. So there's 1 Nico, there's also the Christmas Girls Maki, and the fairy Hanayo. Alright, so that's the account. I hope you're interested in it. It's in JP, of course, because it's the fairy one. Alright, time to pick your winner.
Yep. And the winner for this one, Nico Maki for life.
Ooh, that's
So,
nice.
Maki for life.
A very
That's really
appropriate
great.
winner. Hopefully they actually like Nico.
That's really appropriate if their nickname is Nico Maki.
I think Nico Maki for life. Do like
pretty
Maki.
accurate.
Yeah, great. Congratulations. It's good if it's a Nico Maki for life because I mean
There's a Nico and a Maki. And also it's not like a starter account, it's rank 23.
So yeah, thanks again to Erin that gave us this account. Thanks again, Erin. Our YouTube channel is really great. So if you don't know her channel, you should check it out. It's really great.
Yeah. Check out Erin Cerise on YouTube.
On YouTube,
She's
yeah.
awesome.
So where are we going next?
We can announce a few awards. We asked people from the community to nominate people that they think deserve an award for what they did in the community. So we have a little hat with all the names. They're not necessarily on School Idol Tomodachi. It's really the whole community that matters today. Quick word on that. If someone is not mentioned today, but you think they should get something, then just tell us and we'll give you awards anyway.
If in the end, someone that we really miss is not on the list.
Don't be mad at us if we forgot you.
We love you too.
We love
sorry.
everybody. Okay, you pick the first one. So this one goes to All Remember, also known as Coco is Best. And the reason why he gets an award is because of his crazy work on max bonding Coco.
Yeah, it's like I think it's topped. Max bonding is a pure cocoa.
Pure Coco,
yeah, but it's not max bonding the smile one. Just too much cocoa. It deserves
an award for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still plays still up to date. I think he kind of moved to other games, but still, he deserves an award.
If you want to check him out, he still streams occasionally at twitch.tv/I'llRemember, and he's doing a giveaway for like love gems at the end of the Nozomi event, so you might want to check him out if you're interested in that.
So you got it. If you want to get 3 love gems, follow I'll Remember on Twitch.
Okay, so the next one.
Next one is this one I know. Easy Freak. I wrote them on paper because I don't know if I can pronounce them. And the reason why he's nominated is because of his very nice work on the Otono Kizaka forum. He's a moderator there, and yeah, he does an incredible work.
Izzy! Hey!
Yeah, it's a really great forum, by the way. They were very supportive of us, and they're really important in the community. So yeah, we love them. And if you aren't in the forum,
You should join
get
the
an account
forum.
because yeah, they're
Definitely.
really great.
It's a really nice community.
There we go. Next.
Someone picked pretty much all the moderators from the LSIF trade Tumblr. So this one's going to Olive on School Idol Tomodachi. They did a really nice work helping the community trade their accounts by being middlemen or helping promote the giveaways of accounts or promote trading of accounts.
Yeah, thank you, Olive. Okay, there we go.
Okay, this one goes to Umida. That's right here with us.
Umida,
How rigged.
So yeah.
And this one is for your stream on Twitch because you made it cool to stream Love
again,
Live
yeah,
School
yeah.
Idol Festival
Yeah,
on Twitch.
OG, right here. Everyone else is a poser. I'm just kidding. I really wish more people would stream this game. It's unfortunate that most people just stream like re-rolling accounts these days.
Yeah, but that's really fun. You are on the account, that made it basically very cool to stream Roblox. So yeah, that's the award for you.
When I started playing, I checked out Twitch and I was like, nobody's gonna stream that game. And then I saw you and I was like, okay, so it's actually cool to stream Love Live. Cool.
Yeah.
You made it cool.
Yeah.
Next.
One last. Then
Okay.
again, it's an account from the Tumblr trade for LSIF, and Ayoko Izumi, like for Olive, nominated. So thank you again for your work.
LSIF trade Tumblr.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Another one from the trade.
Yeah.
Because we have 9 moderators on this one, so this one is Mizurugi.
Yeah.
And thank you
Thank
also
you.
for your work.
Another one.
Finfinite from Reddit. We didn't find your account on School Idol Tomodachi if you have one, but that's on Reddit. And thank you so much for your help with all the statistics and the research on all the Medlife festivals. He did like surveys to gather all the results of the Medlife festivals, and he worked a lot on that. We know what we should do during Medlife festivals. Congratulations on your work,
Thank
and
you.
thank you.
Next one, that was
I'm
you.
Noob 92.
He was nominated because he's an expert in playing songs with one hand.
Yep.
So if you want to check it out, it's awesome. Check it out on YouTube. It's I'm Noob
92 on YouTube.
So,
His name is such a lie. I'm pretty sure he's also not born in 1992 either.
yeah, one more.
That's Royal. I think it's on School Idol Tomodachi. I'm not sure if it's the same on Reddit. Who has been called the most patient free-to-play player with 1,001 love gems collected without scouting. It's pretty impressive.
I have a fun fact about Royal, actually. Well, when the subreddit first started, like less than 500 subscribers. Of course, right now it's like over 9,000. But when it just started, there's like the original Skype group, and Royal was a part of this Skype group, and I was also a part of it, and what we learned was that Royal is actually works for Riot Games, League of Legends.
Okay, that's great. So yeah, Ryan is just more awesome now. You're really great, and your passions is really something that we should look forward to. Maybe 2000. So just continue. We love you.
What's your personal record in terms of collecting?
Oh, my personal record.
Because we're free to play.
Yeah.
Well.
So it was from the Anayo Sailor event to the Halloween collection. I really love the Nozomi.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Nozomi.
The DJ
Nozomi.
Yeah. She was really great, so I was waiting for her. Maybe I was
she
up
collects?
to 200 gems. Then I just rolled 4 times. So the 3 first time I did get the Hanukkah with a glass of juice, something like that. At the 4th roll, I got the Nozomi. I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, 200 maybe. So it's not that much.
Follow this example. He saved gems and he got the UR he wanted.
Yeah, solo euros are bad. I shouldn't do them. Yeah, and you?
I saved for the Galaxy collection, my favorite. I didn't really expect it to get a UR, so I didn't want it to have too high expectations, so I said, okay, any idolized SR would be awesome. I think I saved 350 gems, and I ended up getting the UR mic. I didn't idolize it, so I got the SR Hanayo Galaxy idolized. I'm so happy about that. She's my setter. I don't think she's gonna move because she's really, really cute.
What about you?
The highest number on your screen.
We're not really on the same level because
we're not on the same level.
we basically have to be
The highest number of gems at one time, surprisingly, probably only like 500.
It's not that much.
So you keep spending.
Not too much these days, but if you guys remember, almost a year ago, but KLab did a refund.
Oh yeah, I
I
remember that. Yeah.
You got so many gems from that.
And I got around 500 for that.
Okay, so what are we doing next? We are going to do another award.
Next one goes to Polga because he was the first one in Yumi Forever Friends Evans. happened. So congratulations, cool guy.
He's one of the many faces of the community. Thank you again for your present, everything you did for us. Thank you.
Do you know that I met cool guy in real life?
Yeah.
The movie premiere in San Francisco. I met
Okay,
cool
you didn't
guy.
know that.
And I was.
Did you know that I met a cool guy in real life?
Oh, you met him?
Were you at the New People Theater for the movie?
Yeah.
Or what was it called? Oh, really? I
you
missed
were
my chance
there?
to meet you.
Oh, that's crazy! I stayed with. I'll remember for the whole movie.
I was there for like the 2 p.m. one.
I think it was at 1 p.m. I got like the very first one.
Oh,
So
that was
maybe I
probably
missed
1
you.
p.m. I went to like 3 and 5 or something. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You were
What were you doing in San Francisco?
Well, I guess funny story. As a joke, I put up like a donation incentive on my stream to like raise $400 for me to go to San Francisco to watch the movie,
Really?
and it actually worked. And I met a lot of my viewers there.
Okay, that's great. I didn't get that chance. I didn't saw the movie until recently.
January.
Yeah, maybe you can talk about the movie.
We watched it
yeah.
together.
I was sad because
You didn't like it?
I liked it. It was okay, but there is one thing that really made me sad. This Hanayo scene.
Oh,
Like,
with the rice and the bread?
I love that Hanayo because she loves food, she loves rice. I saw this scene, she's just, oh, just give me rice. I love rice, I miss rice. Hanayo is really, really picky. I didn't expect that. I don't really like much Hanayo since the movie, so yeah, this
Oh,
movie
no, really?
Yeah, really.
You're being
Just-
too hard on her.
She's too picky.
I still love her. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay
yeah,
if you
but
don't
she-
want bread and Ayo. And she still had the bread in the end. You're... Okay, so we said we're going to do a giveaway next.
Let me double check for any new entries.
We're going to do a drawing. Maybe we can do from Love No Wi-Fi on Reddit.
We can actually show
We can
them.
maybe show them. This will be a drawing for anything not Love Life related. Then again, thanks to all the artists that proposed draw for the community.
Here you go, you can see some of the work. I think the drawing style is really cute.
The winner is Sai-chun.
He keeps winning giveaways all the time.
Yeah, it was giveaways all the time.
Like, I don't
You
remember any streamer
were like,
just
oh, because
doing
it's not a
anything.
surprise. He's like, okay, Sachin just won again.
Okay, I just won something again. He's
Congratulations.
like the luckiest guy in the world.
Yeah.
He was the last entry, so then I went to like random.org, put the last number, and then I randomed it, and it was the last number.
Sachin, you're winning an artwork for something not Love Life related.
Oh, he could probably like get Anko drawing.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I even saw a nomination on Sachin.
I
I might
know
say
it
that
was
this
Sachin.
will be one of my personal nominations. We love you, Sachin. You were really
Yes.
supportive of us. Thank you, guys. So, what are we doing next?
Let's do the giveaway for the Nozo Boobs keychain. We have a keychain with Zoom on. Do you know
This
the
one
Las
just-
Vegas
this one
No
is-
Zoom
Oh
card?
my god.
This one is
We
just
have a
plain
keychain
awful.
with like just the card. It's not something that you want your coworkers to
I
see.
mean, it's just
Okay.
not only showing off.
The winner for this magnificent keychain is Para Cosmos.
Congratulations, you
Yeah,
won
we'll
the
write
greatest
that down.
kitchen ever, probably. This card is really, they aren't trying to hide the fact that they
Yeah.
want to sexualize some things. The first one that broke me at the beginning was the blue Nozomi with the ghost. This one was like, you aren't even hiding
It's just
the
a bit
thing.
sexual.
It's funny, I mean, it's not worse than Shizuko.
Oh, Shizuko, the N1.
I really like
Shizuko.
Shizuko. Moving on.
Let's do some trivia. That's gonna be fun because I
That's
don't
gonna
know.
be-
So
okay.
is this trivia for...
For us.
Oh,
it's
it's for
us.
us.
So they
Questions.
can make fun of us if we don't know.
I see.
We got a lot of questions from Washi Washi Moo on School Idol.
Washi
Tomodachi.
Washi move.
Yeah, so thank you so much for all your questions. Asking the first question. Are
Okay.
you nervous? Do you think you know Love Life very well?
I do know that Maki is the red-haired one, and a Ruby, that's pretty much it.
We'll start with a very easy one. Who makes the costumes?
I think we all know that.
Okay, go away.
Kotori.
It's Kotori! That was easy. Out of the seiyus, who is the tallest among them?
I actually don't pay too much attention to the seiyus.
Yeah,
if I had
me
to
too.
guess, I would guess Anjolno.
Oh yeah, maybe. That's the one who is Ellie.
Ellie is
Ellie
the,
is
the,
the
the
non-
tallest one in the anime.
Yeah,
That,
she's the shortest.
She's
okay.
the shortest?
Yeah.
Well, I got one extreme right.
Shikako is actually pretty tall. We don't know. Let's check that later. Who is the girl among the three that are not one of the childhood friends till the anime adaptation started? In the anime, they're all childhood friends.
Yeah.
Kotori, Onuka, and Umi.
Yeah.
but before the anime, they were not. So two of them were childhood friends.
I know the answer to this, but I'll give you a chance to guess.
My guess would be Umi, because in the anime she joins the group later.
There is a scene in the anime where Yumi is checking on Honoka and Kotori playing when they were a child.
So Kotori and Honoka were already friends.
That's the thing. Umi was like the third. Kotori and Honoka were friends, I suppose, since birth because their parents were.
So it was Umi,
That
so
might
I
be the
got it
answer.
right.
Okay.
What is Maki's favorite food?
I hate it. I know the answer because I hate it so much.
I'd say tomato, but I don't think that's the answer.
It is tomatoes.
It is? Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
What is Kotori's favorite food? This one is easy if you watch the movie.
Pillows?
What?
Sorry.
You don't remember in the movie?
In the
She
movie.
orders a full
Pancakes?
cheesecake.
A cheesecake. Okay.
Yeah, something Idol Festival related. Indicates each attribute for each member, if they're pure, smile, or cool. You do the second year.
Yumi is cool, Honoka is smile, and Kotori is pure.
Yay!
Yeah, that was easy.
Okay, yeah, this one is easy. First year, Hanayo is pure, Maki is cool, Irene is smile.
Nozomi pure, Ellie cool, Nico ni.
That's a thing I never understood. Why is Nozomi pure? If there is someone used that is not pure, it's basically just Nozomi. Yeah.
In the School Idol Festival story, they say that Nozomi is pure because
Is
she
it-
can read tarot cards.
Oh,
and you need like a
okay.
pure mind to do it, I suppose.
Among the members, whose hobby is swimming?
If it's Sunshine, then I'm pretty sure that's canon. But if I had to guess from Muse, probably Rin.
Costumes from the club's collection. I think she's wearing a swimsuit as well, right?
Yeah, and on one of the card or the PV, she's cleaning a swimming pool.
Some people in the chat are saying it's Honoka. I think that might be right. I do recall this somewhere in the game when you choose your starter. I think Honoka does say swimming.
Next.
Before the daily expert songs, what expert songs were put up in B-Sides expert?
I think they're asking what were the initial 4 songs before EX's dailies were a thing.
I don't think there were any EX songs in B-sides at the beginning because the B-sides were only the events one. For the first event, there weren't any expert.
For the
I
first
think.
2 or 3 events, there were no expert songs, I believe.
I don't know, so sorry about that, Washi
When did Rin sing Hello, Oshino Kaoete?
I know this because I watched the movie literally yesterday.
Isn't it when they arrive at the hotel?
Not quite.
No.
Is it after the restaurant?
It is after the restaurant and then it started raining. So
Oh,
they got
yeah,
disappointed that they couldn't like explore some more. But then Ren was like, I'm just gonna sing in the rain.
So, what are we going to do next? Maybe 2 or 3 awards. There we go. Dan Knight was nominated for his helpful comments and participation in various communities. Thank you, Danny Knight.
Danny Knight is a girl. We have to emphasize this.
Okay, sorry.
I shouldn't assume genders. We should say they all the time. Because, like, that's not really nice.
Thank you for great videos.
Thank you.
Thank you. So it's the Umi from the RSIF trade Tumblr. We didn't get your username.
Oh yeah, this one I added at the end. Couldn't really get the names of all those people, but there's a Twitter called LL Confess. All the moderators from this Twitter, their tweets are like hilarious. They really do a good job on that.
Thank you.
If you have questions about the website or questions about us, go ahead.
Sort of first season. Are you talking about Sunshine? The only thing that we got currently about Sunshine is we know how the girl look. Their personality, I don't have any idea. Maybe I'm a little skeptic about that because I'm really attached to Muse. Maybe the anime will be fun. Some of the characters may be too much used tropes, like the girl that hates boys. Also the Chunibyo one. Crazy, I'm an alien. I don't know how this will turn out. What about you?
I'm really excited about Sunshine! I can't wait to see new seasons. I love idols. I don't really know what I think about the characters. I want to watch the anime first. In terms of design, I really like You. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite. I want to learn more about the anime. So, not much thoughts, but yeah, I'm excited. 2 other questions. Who are our favorites from Muse and favorite end?
So I think my favorite from Muse is Nozomi. She's from Areka.
My favorite is still Hanayo, didn't change, because she loves food and she's really cute and pure and cute cinnamon roll. I love her so much. But I love all the girls. There's nobody I hate. I love all the idols. Favorite end? In terms of design, I like Jennifer because I like blonde girls. In terms of character, I really like Coco because she's like I want to volunteer for everything. It's really cute.
Excited to see next card for Coco. They're starting rolling again on the end, you know, because all the end got 3 cards.
What's your guys? My favorite episode is the Halloween one when they do the kiss costumes and then they change sports outfits. This one was really, really fun. I think that's most people's favorite.
Yeah, the same thing.
What's your favorite, Umida?
Tough choice. I'd probably go with Lovewing Belle. Season 2, episode 5, I believe. Rin deals with her lack of confidence for not being feminine.
Oh yeah, I really like the fact that Rin was the kind of boyish, the tomboy girl was the thing that set her apart. Maybe we can do a few announcements. We have now like 1 year behind the contest.
Global contest.
Yeah, the global contest
Idol
where
Tomodachi.
all the cards were going to restart the contest because it has been like 1 year. And recently we rewrote contest because there was a lot of cheating going on. We created something better, not much cheating now. We'll be just restarting the global contest, keeping the old results, of course.
We're gonna have a 2016 global
cheating.
contest. To be honest, right now Honoka is first, and I think the reason is because she has the most total number of cards.
Yeah, I don't know if it's legit, probably it is. No, we can be sure because yeah, we rewrote the thing. We tried to cancel cheating. But the thing is that the old contest was returned in like 1 day. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Someone who's voting on the page cannot skip the votes more than 5 times, which means if you get only cards that you don't like, at some point you have to vote for them because you're gonna get the other ones again and again and again, which is to prevent people to only vote for the card they like.
Okay, so but over...
We gave awards today and we still have a bunch of awards to give. We're gonna add an achievement tab on people's profile in which the awards will be visible. If you did something great for the community, you're gonna get an achievement, like a small badge, visible on your profile, and everybody's gonna be able to see it. I hope you're gonna like that. Third announcements, we're working on notifications. When someone likes your post, your activity, or when someone follows you, you don't really know right now, so you have to check the numbers. So we're gonna give you notifications either by email or on the website. We're trying to make Idol Tomodachi an actual social network, so that's part of it.
I will work a little bit on contest. We'll be revamping. We're trying to fix the fact that people are mostly voting for UR. People tend to vote for them because the card is prettier. We want to focus more on the artwork.
We're gonna have a screen split in 2 with versus and big characters, and like the character appears and the other one appears. Like in, you won't be voting for the rarity or the attribute, you're really voting for the art. We should do a few awards.
Yeah. So there again, we're going to do an award for
LSIF
Trade Tumblr. So it's mod Nico. If you have an account of Idol Tomodachi, get back to us. You'll be getting an award. Thank you for your work for the community.
Thank you.
Also for the Trade Tumblr, Amerabu. Thank you for your work.
So Linktroll.
He's here. Yeah. Thank you, Linktroll,
for your awesome work with the Italian Facebook group.
You're really great. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Okay.
This one is for Umida.
Again.
What? I get multiple awards?
Yeah, you can get multiple awards for like different things you did.
Yeah.
So this one is for the side stories videos that you uploaded on YouTube. That was a lot of work.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that.
Next one is for Asaka. That is doing a lot of works on the events tracking. I will nominate it, so the work is great. Thank you for the community.
Moving on to the giveaway. Next giveaway is going to be by the Kilia. They're going to do a colored sketch.
For some is the Kilia artworks. So there you go. Very cute, Nico. This Nico is really great, and the real one, really cute. So you'll be getting one colored sketch. Thanks again.
Time to pick a winner.
Where do you nominate people for award? You can just
send us a direct message on Twitter.
Yeah, the winner, Nozomi and Ellie.
Writing your handle and contacting you later.
We can do now the rest of the artwork gallery. Next one is by Angel.
Yeah, I'm really bad at drawing.
That's
look at her, she's really bad. She looks like she's...
No, she's really cute. Stop saying that. See, everybody's saying she's cute.
Yeah, because they are nice.
Good job, Angel. Okay. Next one is by Potato Sama. It's Christmas themed. Ellie. She's really, really cute.
Yeah, she's really cute. Next
one is by Did LLSIF. That also sometimes helps us with the translation of the website. So that's a very cute Katori. This one was also submitted as the chibi, but I didn't have the time to add it on the website. But it's by Kava, that is very active in the Otono Kizaka forum. And it's the new one from Upwards. Yeah. This one is from Hanayo with 2 Y. And it's Umi, but you can You can't see her head, but it's really, really cute.
Yeah.
Next one is from me. I did my best to submit something as well. I'm not really good at drawing. That's a Kotori that says happy birthday. She's running to give us a cake. So we have another one from Potato Sama.
This one is really great.
That's the Galaxy collection.
She's really great. She's cute.
I think that drawing is amazing.
Yeah, this drawing is amazing.
Also, Galaxy is my favorite collection.
Yeah.
This one and the last one is by Did LSIF, and it's the second drawing. It's a Nozomi. Very cute Nozomi, very nice. She's looking at you.
Thanks to all of you who submitted artworks. They were really great.
If you want to submit an art for the anniversary, you can still send us a direct message on Twitter. We can add it to the gallery so people can see it later. Giveaway time.
Okay.
Let's do an account. This one is one that it was a starter account. I ended up getting You Are Ellie from the Job collection. Do you like her? I also have a SR Kotori White Day collection. So you can see the account right here. So you have, this Ellie, really, really cute. And we have the White Day Kotori. It's 2 pure cards, and it's a starter account with a starter Kotori. It's rank 6. I ended up getting enough gems to do a 10+1. So we're gonna do a 10+1. It's always fun.
Okay, the new winner is Puni Puni.
Congratulations, you'll be getting an account. How do you want to roll the 10+1?
Just to remind everyone, the pickup box has a guaranteed SR, and the other one does not.
So it's gonna be pickup next.
Are you ready,
I'm
Puni?
Puni Puni actually mentioned they didn't really want the Ellie account. I think they want me to re-roll. The winner is all Pedro.
So,
Congratulations, Pedro. Okay. Kind of sad. Okay.
and
There we go.
we
are rolling.
Oh my god. Oh, I think there's one SR. And it's Kotori. I think it's from the video game collection.
Yeah. Let's hope for something more.
And you are with me. That would be nice. Another one. Another one.
Okay.
Only one SR. That's fine. So it's this SR. It's a smile, and I think it's from the Cyber collection, the video games collection. So now it's an account with 1 Ellie and 2
Kotori will be contacting you. Okay, let's do another.
This one is for Shimbu, has been nominated Biggest English Whale. Next one is to Octopaz, who did a great job on Rhythm Guides from YouTube. Congrats. Next award is for Raizu, who's been first in all Ellie events so far in English version. Congratulations, Raizu. Another one. Second one for All Remember, and this one is for his Twitch channel because it's very nice to watch.
Like Yumidai was submitted because he is one of the guys making cool.
And because he does really nice giveaways on his stream, his community and the chat on his Twitch is pretty crazy, so that's really nice. Congratulations, All Remember.
What are we doing next? Another
Another
giveaway?
I watched the movie and I got the little Nayo that say a really cute picture. I hope you like it, but it's in your room somewhere.
For the Hanayo Shikishi, the winner is _Sonoda_Umi_.
Congratulations.
I hope they also like Hanayo and not just Umi. I know that Umi without the underscore is disappointed.
Sorry about that. Congratulations.
The winner of the Shikishi messaged me back saying
They don't want Hanayo.
we can do another redraw for that one. Okay, the winner for the Shikishi is Angel Sugar 99.
Congratulations.
Let's do the cake. Let's
Yeah.
do the cake.
Yeah.
Before the stream, we decided to make a cute cake. It's our first time working with fondant, so it's not perfect, but there's a little ribbon right here. Our logo. I don't know if you can recognize, but it's like scouting box with the cards.
This is our logo.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Also, Angel's birthday happens to be really soon. It's on February 10th.
Happy birthday, myself.
We still have a bunch of flowers. Again, if you want to nominate someone, feel free to send us a direct message. Next one is Kinu. Insane score match scores with time limitation. So apparently they got a lot of points. Congratulations. Another one, Yay Cupcake, for their amazing work at School Idol Festival subreddit.
Yay Cupcake is also a girl for the record.
Thank you, Yay
Thank
Cupcake.
you, Yay Cupcake. If I remember, he's like one of the first users, the third user of School Idol Tomodachi.
Maybe you're the first one who subscribed to School Idol Tomodachi.
Heck no. I around 200 already.
She's the third one.
So then again, the awards.
Erin Suri!
So yeah, she's really great. She's been
know.
really supportive of us,
Yeah.
working a lot for the community. She got an amazing YouTube channel. She's really great. Thank you again for all your work.
But
We love
obviously, you all knew she was going to get an award. She's awesome.
Check out our YouTube channel, Twitter, everything.
Check out her YouTube channel, because it doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an advanced player. She makes a lot of great tutorials about Love High School Idol Festival. And then an award for Kintoleski, highest ranked player in the English version.
469. Probably gonna be 470 tomorrow.
Nice. But what's your rank right now, Umida?
I'm 411. Cool guys like 416, and Kinto's like 470. It's not even a contest. He plays full time, I'm pretty sure.
Note those from the LLSIF trade as well.
Thank you for your work. Menfi, middleman, is working on securing the trades. Then we have Throwaway, 93, 25, 7. He worked on music analysis, so you should check them out.
We didn't nominate anyone. All those names were posted by people from the community. We have 50 awards total. But your name isn't on the list, or it's someone else's name. Deserve an award but is not here. Don't worry, you can still give them an award, send us a direct message.
Okay, so we'll move on to
giveaway.
Yeah.
I think it's the same person who started fandom about Love Live recently on Reddit.
Can we scroll a little bit? So we got a lot of artwork. Check their Tumblr. Pretty much amazing work. So you'll be getting an artwork from this artist.
His name is Esteller.
Thanks, Esther. Great.
Thank you, Esteller, for the gift.
So the winner is Link Trolls. I'm pretty sure we all know who they are.
Okay, congratulations, Link Troll.
Congratulations! And
There you get an artwork so from Esther.
And he also draws, actually. So it's like giveaways between community artists. He has a webcomic, Time Tame. It's really nice. You should definitely check it out. Congratulations, Link Troll.
Congratulations. A few more awards and then going with that giveaway. Then again, it's an award for Yumida.
For the Umi method.
It's dead now, but thank you.
You've been nominated by a lot of people. You talk too much, so people know you.
Well, I'm glad I have such profound influence on the community.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Another name from the LSIF Tumblr.
Oh, okay, now this is just rigged.
There is 9 of them. Thank you for your work.
This one, H-Fully, for their amazing work on the Otono Kizaka forum as well. You probably know that person. Congratulations and thank you for being part of the community.
There we go. We have Maricham98. Thank you to all the LSIF Tumblr. So next we have
Octogen, player with the most points on a score match.
which is like 1 million.
134,014, like a lot of points.
We have 2 more names. Otakuno Podcast. We upload a lot of music on YouTube, practice video.
Otakuno Podcast, so
Yeah.
check it out.
The last award is
Umida again.
yeah, so Yumida for the Extra Life stream for charity. Thanks to the Love Life community because raising this money wouldn't be possible without the community.
I don't have the exact number on me, but it was over 12,000.
That was insane, yeah.
It was pretty amazing that at the end of the stream we were ranked 25. There's a Love Live joke in there too.
Oh.
In Japanese, they like to do a lot of wordplay with their numbers. 2 is ni and 5 is go. They associate Nico with 25.
Oh, Nico.
Okay, so we'll be doing a giveaway.
This one is really a starter account. Going to Hanukkah. It has 1 UR.
So is this one? This Anayo? Cute Christmas Carol Anayo.
The winner for this account is Vuo Hipoika.
We still have a few questions from the Q&A. Can you add sound files to the cards? We thought about that, but for 2 reasons, I don't think we're gonna do it. But that's not 100% sure. First is that we don't know how to extract the sound. And second one, pictures is a thing. You can say it's
Fair use.
but for the sound, I don't think you can. But you can check out a website called sif.kirara. It's a really nice website. When we weren't able to get the data from the game ourselves, he helped us a lot. On his website, you can get the sound. Why do we use an external website for a profile picture? If you want to change your avatar, you have to use Gravatar. Posting files in a website adds a security layer that we don't really want to deal with, to be honest. And also, it means more storage. Gravatar is a really nice service. It's really 2 clicks to create an account. You upload your file, and the only difference is that you have to click a link.
Oh, will you guys get a map for iOS? It's kind of complicated.
I made an app on iOS. It's almost done. So what I'm gonna do when I'm ready, I'm gonna try to submit it on the App Store. The problem is that I don't think it's gonna be accepted. If it doesn't work, we're gonna release the source code. You have to set up OS X and you need to install Xcode, connect your phone to your computer, and you can install it. If we do that, we're gonna share a guide and stuff, but I don't think you can do it from Windows or Linux. It's not the perfect solution, but that's what we're gonna do if we can't get it accepted.
Have you considered putting it on Cydia? It's
Maybe
basically like the jailbroken iPhone community.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll keep you updated on that.
So long story short, we do have an app, but it might not be easy to get it.
I've got a question. In another mobile game, it's Puzzle and Dragons, there's this application called Pad Herder. It checks your account information, it uploads all the cards you have in a similar style on like School Idol Tomodachi. I was wondering if perhaps it might be capable of doing something similar where it would just access the game data directly and upload it to your site.
We actually already searched because of course it would be much easier. We're not really into Android's hacking. So when we tried, we didn't find a way to do that.
There is a lot of things going on with the network. To do something like that, we might need to reverse engineer the game. I don't know if you have much time to do that. If someone
can help us with that, we'd be more than happy to do something like that. But to be honest, it's more of a matter of skills on our side. But anyways, we're gonna add a way to load your cards from a CSV. If you already have a list, you can upload a CSV with like all the data. That would be a first step.
Well, maybe a few more announcements.
Right.
Okay, there you go. So.
Basically, they're going to do a singing contest. You have to find a group. You can sing a song that is from the Love Life game or just from news.
Even if you can't sing, you should try because it's fun. It's more about the fun, yeah. Maybe we'll be doing that, I don't know. I think even worse than I draw. Moving on with more announcements, then we'll be doing the last giveaway. The next contest will be about Aqua with the new collection.
I think we should pronounce it Aqua.
I actually had like a communal proposition for like Aquars. Is that like, since we call Muse like the Mew sign and the S, I wanted to call like Aquas Qs.
Alright, Qs. Let's go for Qs. The next contest is gonna be Qs.
Yeah, so it'll be fun to see which one is right now the best girl and see a few months or even after the anime.
It's interesting to see before the anime and after the anime. After that, we're gonna have two contests. You know, we have special contests that change each month or so, like the best UR, the best Yumi card, the best New Year card. You know, we have all kinds of special contests. Since it's our first anniversary, we're gonna sum up all the contests that were organized on the website. What we're gonna do, we're gonna pick the cards that won the special contest 2015, and we're gonna do a contest with all those cards. So it's the best card among the best cards. And after that, just for fun, we're gonna pick the last cards of each contest, and we're gonna do the worst among the worst.
Moving on, we'll be changing the feedback system for School Idol Tomodachi.
To explain what it is, you're gonna have a button at the bottom of the website. If you click on it, you're gonna have vote for the IDs. If someone says, okay, I wish I could change the background of my profile on School Idol Tomodachi, you can vote for the IDs that you like. It's going to be very similar to the contest. You get two cards, you pick one, which will help us know what people want, so we can add more features depending on what people want. You can also submit an ID, of course. If you have a question on how to use the website, for instance, how to add their cards, we'll help you answer your questions. And we're also going to have private message. If you have a problem with your own account, you're going to be able to contact us. As developers, we want to know what you want on the website. The next announcement, we communicate a lot on Twitter about School Idol Tomodachi. We're going to add a new way to communicate with you guys. We're going to create a Tumblr in which every time we tweet something, we're also going to post on Tumblr, because we realized that the Love Life Tumblr community is a lot of people, and the latest announcement is a really big one. We're going to make new other websites that work for other games, because a lot of people ask, oh, I want School Idol Tomodachi version, but for this game or this, why not? We have the code base. Our first attempt is called FRGL, and it's about the Glee Forever game that is also by KLab. A lot of people are going to be like, what? Glee Forever? No. That's because it's a KLab game, and it's very similar in terms of data. It was easy for us to start with Glee Forever. You can check that out. If you're familiar with School Idol Tomodachi, you're going to be like,
pretty much is a copy paste.
Yeah. Our next website is Starlight Stage, Cinderella Girls, Idol Master.
I don't know when we are expecting to release it. It's coming.
Be patient, because like we started working on this in September actually. Yeah. It's been a while, but it takes a lot of time, and also, you know, real life. But we're working on it. So that was the biggest announcement.
So we'll be going with the last giveaway.
It's the Umi account. It was given away by Otome Lulabi. So thank you so much, Otome Lulabi, for the giveaway. It's an English account, level 50.
Your Yumi Maid, the Maki Christmas promo, the SR Anayo Snow event, the SR Honoka Maid, SR Nico Snowy Mountain, and the SR Yumi Galaxy. Thanks again, Otome Lulabi.
The winner is Nozo Ellie, yes please.
Congratulations! We are happy to give you this one. So I guess it's time for us to celebrate the anniversary.
Happy birthday, School Idol Tomodachi. Can you see?
So thank you again for this year. It was an amazing year. It was a really great thing. The Love Life community is amazing. I hope you all had a good time. So thanks again for this year. One, two, three, 4.
Happy birthday, School Idol Tomodachi.
Thanks again.
So you can see what we do.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, we did it yesterday night.
First time working with fondant. It's a very classic take. There's nothing inside.
I've got one more exciting announcement for our community. As I'm sure you're all aware, there's this national tournament going on in the Japanese version right now. I'm pretty sure a lot of us are quite sad that even if we were to theoretically qualify, then we won't be able to go because it's like you have to live in Japan kind of thing. I'm talking with the subreddit mods right now, and we're finalizing some things. Obviously, School Idol Tomodachi and other communities are welcome to participate. We're going to host our own tournament with blackjack and idols. This is going to be a skill tournament, so you'll be measured based on your perfect to great ratio, not like by your whale power, so don't worry about that. And the winner, the grand prize, will be an all-expenses paid whaling expedition.
Whoa.
I'm not going to say how much I will whale for you, but that really just depends on how many participants there will be. The most skilled player on our English community, I will whale for them. I will post by Sunday evening on the Reddit. That should give everyone a week to submit their entries. For the preliminary rounds, the top percentage of players will advance. What I'm grading you on is you're going to play Sunny Day Song with the the Japanese event going on, and you just basically record yourself playing it, take a screenshot and say, oh, look, I'm a god.
Awesome. It's great to see that the community is still going strong. Thank you, Yumida.
Thank you, Yumida. Thank you, all the people
it was really great, even that late.
Watched it. Thanks for staying.
Thanks again to everyone involved, everyone who gave an account, gave us question artworks, obviously. Thanks, everyone. You're an amazing community.
And thanks for having me on the stream.
Thank you for joining us.
If you like the stream, I guess we can do another stream later.
Please not on Periscope.
No,
not on Periscope. This is something we're going to remember. Hashtag not on Periscope. Thanks, I love you. Love you.